We knew that the first half was going to be difficult, but you say you are disappointed with these results. What's the main area of disappointment for you?
Well, I assume it would be a bit cocky and arrogant of me to say that I'm happy and not disappointed with a double-digit revenue decline. Yet it was expected because the way we initiated the transformation, we had to expect that our revenues will be down. Yet we are disappointed mainly about time delays. Implementing the new product launch, especially the poker launch, we should already be out to the market. We're coming very soon now, but it's mainly about timing we are disappointing about.
What steps have you taken to deal with some of these issues?
Well, we have initiated a dramatic transformation, especially on the IT side, where we changed the senior management completely. We are in the process of now changing the poker management. The new poker head is starting actually on Monday. And on the back of that, we actually expect a lot of the initiatives to show traction, especially starting now in the second half of the year.
And what would you see as the major achievements in this period?
Well, the major achievement was really to build the basis and build the foundation for future growth again and initiate all the necessary steps. As I said, management changes on the IT side, product side, poker side. We are on track to deliver 70 million euros of synergies versus 2012. So we are bringing the cost base down, which then should again help us performing substantially better in the years beyond.
Have you completed the actions which are related to the new focus on value, not volume, or are there more still to come?
Well, we are living in a flux of change. There will be permanent adjustment necessary, but the major steps and the foundation blocks have been put in place. Now building, we will build upon those, so that we will permanently adjust the way we are doing things. We call it game changing internally here, and that is actually something we will have to live with for the years to come.
You're just about to relaunch Party Poker. Do you think that you can really create growth here, or are you just slowing the decline in the poker business?
Well, it's really a twofold answer. In the markets where we are currently operating in, bear in mind, since the end of 2006, poker was in permanent decline for the company. So on the one hand, we need to put something in place where we stop that decline and we reach this inflection point. And we are confident by launching the new product, we will be able to do so. On the other hand, we are also preparing ourselves for getting back into the United States, where we just need to have a different foundation, a different basis. And we believe that the new poker product, together with the new branding, will provide that foundation for growth in the United States.
You describe the new focus on Party Poker as being disruptive. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, disruptive in as far as we are now focusing not anymore on the professional players, but we are focusing on the recreational players. We are trying to put back into poker this element of entertainment by adding social hooks, by making it really fun to play again, and rewarding actually net depositors, the people who bring money into the system, which then attracts the professional players. So we are changing the ecosystem and we are evolutionarily developing the product. And now bear in mind what we're launching very soon here is only the foundation, the first step. So we will build upon that over the next periods to come, but we are confident that we will be in a position again to regain and get traction on poker.
But you're planning to launch the sort of premium.com for high value players. Which businesses will this relate to? And does this mean that you're dividing your products into different sites for the so-called high rollers?
Not really. First of all, we have never really attracted high rollers. But what we have, both Party and bwin, has over the years, because we are both in the market for a very long period of time, we have attracted very loyal players. Now, in the markets we are currently operating in, it's more now about retaining those players and rewarding the players who are already with you versus acquiring new customers. This is for the markets we are in. And premium.com will be a way to reward those players and giving them services others will not be able to do because we know those customers already. So it's a custom-made product proposition for currently loyal players. And we actually expect a lot from it, and actually retaining those players will be a focus for premium.com.
But if Party Poker is concentrating on high-value recreational players and not these high rollers, and it's going to be the brand launched in New Jersey, how will this work? Because the USA has lots of these sharks, if that's what you want to call them.
Now, we're not talking about sharks really, but bear in mind what I said before. Premium is mostly addressing the current markets here in Europe. Now, obviously in the United States is a completely different ballgame. What we will be launching in the United States will be a very comprehensive poker and hopefully also casino offer, attracting all segments of the market. But this is really about new customer acquisition because we are starting from scratch. This is a completely new market in the United States, whereas here in Europe, we are seeing already, especially in poker, some signs of saturation. And also bear in mind, poker is only one of our 4 product verticals. So there are others like sports and casino and bingo as well.
And so what's happening with your push into social gaming?
Well, we launched our first product at the beginning of March of this year, Slots Craze, and we are making nice progress there. We launched shortly thereafter our bingo application. So on the product development side and on the business development side, I'm very happy with the developments. On the revenue contribution, we are a bit behind. We are maybe 3 months behind our schedule, which we initially set for ourselves, but we are confident that we will see some traction going forward.
Can you give us an update on your progress towards launching in New Jersey?
Sure. We have filed our application with the regulator on time. We are currently operationalizing our operational start in New Jersey, hopefully by the end of November, both poker and casino. So we are making a lot of progress there. Ultimately, it will depend on the regulator whether they will be ready to issue licenses on time.
And what other states are currently active?
Well, it's the usual suspects. There are movements again in California. We have heard now that in the new session of Congress, Pennsylvania, possibly Michigan and Illinois will be looking at it. I personally would expect that everybody would want to see New Jersey first. Is it a real success? Is it not a success? If it is a success, then I would suspect that many other states will follow very quickly thereafter.
And what about Nevada? Because that is currently operational, but you've yet to obtain the necessary licensing there. Do you plan to be licensed in Nevada?
Clearly, yes. We have filed a so-called preliminary finding of suitability in Nevada. But then New Jersey came, so we had to make a choice on where to focus on. So we are focusing currently on the application in New Jersey, but both of our partners, MGM and Boyd Gaming, are based in Nevada. So ultimately, yes, we intend to get licensed in Nevada. Will we then immediately operate in Nevada is still open.
Yet again, there has been speculation on a possible federal initiative. What's your view on that?
Well, there is so many speculation, especially on a federal initiative, and whatever you say, you'll get it wrong. We rather focus on things we can control. That's one we can't, and we rely on our partners MGM and Boyd to be in the lead there. So whether or not federal legislation will come or not is completely out there. Nobody really knows. We are focusing on our operational approach now in New Jersey. Whatever we will then obviously have to face with, we will deal with then.
So despite this first half-yearly performance, you're increasing the dividend and you've announced plans for a share buyback. What are the main factors behind this confidence?
Some time ago, we talked to our shareholders and we agreed that we will launch a progressive dividend policy. So that means that we are following through with that promise on the one hand. It also means that we are quite confident about our prospects, especially going into 2014 with the new product initiatives and having now slowly reached the turning point in returning our business to growth. We are confident that we'll be able to pay that dividend and still continue to finance all our operational cash flow needs internally.
So specifically, what are the key things you're focusing on in the rest of this year and in 2014?
Well, it's basically following through on all the initiatives, whether it's the volume to value approach, whether it's the relaunch now of our new poker product, the launch of new mobile products. A very big part of our new initiatives is obviously on mobile. We are also putting in place new digital marketing capabilities. So it's actually a combination of those. We have planted the seeds for many, many initiatives in the first 6 months of this year, and we are now looking forward to harvesting the rewards in the future.